I'm a graduate of Colloquial Arabic English department, and my major was English. My minor was German language.
I graduated from Ain Shams University, Faculty of Education, Department of English, 2010.
I'm a graduate of Al-Azhar University, Department of English Language Literature and Simultaneous Translation.
In this school, I can have I can manage my school, my class just on 2 or 3 students. Sometimes 1-to-1, most of the time 1-to-1, and this is for me this is more easy, and also it makes me to focus more on the student and what he needs and what he wants to achieve from his course. And so I can manage this class more than a class of 11 or maybe more than this.
Creativity. Because the students come here, they want to speak, they want to read, they want to write, they want to do everything. So we have to create everything for them. We want to make fun language, easy language for them, not difficult language. So we have to make many things. We have to make flashcards, games, and stories, many things for them. And I like this.
But what's different here? We take part as a conversational class since his first day. So he started to take the greeting and how to communicate with people outside, because the dialect, Egyptian dialect, is not written in books, but just it's outside. How the student can speak outside, how he can talk, how he can survive in Egypt. So our main concern is just to follow the student's requirement. If he wants the conversational part, it will be the main, and this is what we follow for the Amay classes. The main reason for us is just to speak. Sometimes we tell the student, don't do the homework. Your homework is to go outside to speak with people.
Sometimes we have some class outside the school here. Sometimes it's in restaurants or in cafeterias. Sometimes we go to parks, and sometimes we go after for dinner or for lunch after school. And sometimes we go out just for a day, day off, and we go all the school, all the teacher, all the staff, and also we go out for taking some photos, to have some seminars, and to speak with each other, to exchange our language and also our culture, but our knowledge about the Egyptian culture.
The main reason behind being with the student is just how the student can be inside the culture itself. How to be inside the culture, how to communicate with people. When I go out with a student, when we are going together, when we are together, they can see how I'm dealing with the Egyptian, so they know how they can do the same as me.
When I have a beginner student, Arabeya or Fusha, I can make many things because I can create many things for him. But beginner student, Arabeya or Fusha, it will be very creative because I can do many things for him to accept, to melt this language.
My experience here has been one of the best experiences of my life. This is my second time back here within 6 months, actually.
My favorite part is probably the feeling that I get coming to class and then feeling like my 5 or 6 hour lesson is just a direct to the brain infusion of knowledge. I can only go harken back to the Matrix, that it feels like the information is just being pounded in my head at a pace that I couldn't have foreseen before I came here. I'm in a one-on-one lesson going 5 to 6 hours each day, and I feel like at the end of those 6 hours I've accomplished more in that one sitting than 3 weeks back in the university.
So my favorite experience would probably have to be as a class or just as a loose affiliation of students, all of us going to Dahab for the weekend. It was great. I've been to Dahab before, but it was great this time because, not only were we there just as students, but we were also there with the teachers. So while we were there, we were also continually learning different words, and on the way down, we just kept talking about how to make different structures of words and everything like that. So it was just very interesting. Usually, when you go to a place like that, it's just all relaxing and not really doing much else. But this time we were relaxing while also continually learning how to speak.
I guess my favorite thing about the school is the teachers and the relationships the students have with the teachers. It's not just great learning within the classroom. They really cater it to what you're looking for and your needs. The lesson plans are constantly changing. It's not just a set lesson plan where you're going through the book and doing exercises. It's really, they make it fun for you. And I mean, honestly, I learned more within the month I spent here than I did in a semester learning in school with having several hours of class a day. So
it's at such an accelerated pace that you see the progress a lot more quickly than you would back home. So, you put in the hard work, but the effort comes so much quicker that it just feels so satisfying having that payoff so quick. And I've been here a month already and have seen myself improve so much in Arabic, and I think that's like the day-to-day thing that keeps me going.
In the fall, I actually was able to study at American University in Cairo, and I think the biggest difference between the two is just how really private it is. I mean, the American University is a huge university, and I mean, the language program there is great, but I think what kind of sets this program from that one is the fact that if you want something, you're going to get it. I mean, there's not that many other students here, so like whatever you want and whatever you need, like it's going to be very easy to obtain it.
It's in a unique position to maximize the amount of studying that you can do. The apartments that we live in are maybe 200 yards from the school, so you have no commute time. You've got an apartment full of people doing a similar thing, unlike being back home in a dorm where you're distracted by parties, you're distracted by other social things. Everyone in the apartment's there learning Arabic. It takes you all of 2 minutes to get to the school. You've got an environment that's really conducive for learning Arabic. And then when you come back home, you either have people who are staying home to study if you want to, or other people who are going out, and you can practice your Egyptian dialect on the streets. And I think one of the best things about that is they have created an environment that is so fertile for learning Arabic.
also the teachers, they go above and beyond like what their job description is. They go out with the students. They really want to make them feel welcome, and they take us out to restaurants. We go out and do other various activities. We visit parks. It's really more of a whole cultural immersion program. We get to know their families. It's not just go to school, go back home and study. It's really an immersion. You really become more in tune with culture.
What this program kind of sets off is you don't have to travel that far to go to school. You live very close, you go to school, you go home, like there's no travel really in between. So, I mean, just as someone that went to the American University, that's great. Like, just to be able to walk to class just like you should be.
Absolutely.
That would be a most definitive yes, I would.